currently sailing on my first ever Virgin Voyages cruise, and suffice it to say, it's very different to other cruises I've taken. So, is it any good? And what are my first impressions of Virgin Voyages? Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. It's your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. Welcome on board Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. That's right, I just sailed out of Miami yesterday on December 10th, and well, I've got some first impressions and some thoughts here on Virgin Voyages. First things first, arrival, embarkation, it went so smoothly. I gotta tell you, you arrive at Terminal V if you're looking for it. That's V like Victor, Victory, or Virgin. I think that's really what they were going for. And one of the cool things that Virgin does is they actually match your status with other cruise lines. So if you're a high status cruiser or traveler, you want to get a hold of Virgin. It really doesn't take too long. Mine took less than 12 hours to get my match done. And that enables me to get, well, some perks when I'm on board, and one of those perks was priority embarkation. It was really cool. They had a line off to the right. It was really short. It took me about 3 minutes from the minute I hit the line to when I was being checked in, my card run, all of that. Some other perks that come with what they're calling the Sailing Club. They're called Deep Blue Extras. I'm just going to read it so I don't get anything wrong. Priority embarkation, $100 onboard bar tab credit, which is really nice. I get unlimited premium Wi-Fi across all my devices, my laptop, my phone, everything I bring in. We also get an exclusive cocktail event going on here tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Dedicated service down in the guest services area, complimentary laundry, and one of my favorites, this is the perk I'm using the most, $10 daily credit for specialty coffees. Little cappuccino from downstairs. So if you've got some status with other lines, I highly recommend matching it before your Virgin Voyages cruise. So back to embarkation, really cool. That special line went straight through security, upstairs, and you're on the ship. From the time I got out of my Uber, checked my bags in, to walking on the ship, I would estimate it took 15 minutes, which is lickety split. If you ask me, that's as fast as I've ever really experienced it. And great job, Virgin Voyages. Now, stepping on board the ship, it's different than your typical cruise ship these days. It's immediately apparent that this ship is not your wide open, massive Royal Caribbean mega ship. The spaces are a lot smaller, more intimate, closed off, and what that actually seems to do is it actually has seemingly made this ship that has 2,700 people on it feel very empty. I have not really encountered a wait for anything at all on board the ship. I've not had any trouble finding a seat at any of the venues or trivias or anything that I've attended so far. So this is a really interesting concept, and it seems like Virgin Voyages, especially through their app, is keeping people going all over the place on the ship, and that has been really nice. Next, we need to talk about arguably the place where you will spend most of your cruise, and that is, boom, right here in your cabin. As you look around, you will notice Virgin Voyages cabins are very, very different to your Carnival, your Royal Caribbean, your run-of-the-mill cruise fare, and it kind of all starts here with their little tablet. I can do all sorts of things on this, and of course it's not working right now, but I can control all of the lighting. You see the lights over my shoulder here, they're purple. Those turn to white in the daytime. I can open and close the curtains with the touch of a button behind me. Very cool stuff, very high tech. However, if you're a non-tech person, this room might be very confusing for you, especially when it comes time to having to pick your TV channel, because you can't just pick up the old school remote, you gotta do it all from here. It's a very limited selection. You got BBC News, BBC HD, MSNBC and Fox News, and ESPN. And that's all you got on the TV here on Virgin. Now the rest of the cabin, it's very Virgin Voyages. It's swanky, it feels upscale, it feels nice and premium, but it also feels like it was designed by someone who's never cruised before. Case in point, there are only 2 drawers in this cabin, large enough to hold a folded pair of jeans. Just one folded pair of jeans basically takes up the entire drawer. There's no storage here. I have nowhere to put my clothes, so I've just been living out of my suitcase, which I hate doing more than anything else. I'm an unpacker when I cruise, so this is killing me over here. The other weak point for this cabin, it's the bathroom. It is 6 inches too small in every direction. And they have a rainfall shower head, which sounds luxurious. It sounds upscale, but when you actually have to use it, it's not good. It takes up the whole shower. There's no room to soap yourself up without turning the water off. Now there is a wand, but it's mounted so low that you have to actually like wand yourself, like you're going through the TSA metal detector at the airport to get yourself clean. So all in all, the bathroom, it's a little bit lacking here. There's also no shelves for storage. Storage seems to be the biggest issue here with the Virgin Voyages room. Now, of course, they have their handmade hammocks outside, which I've been enjoying today. Trust me, it's been an extremely rocky day. I've had to wait to film. It was just, ship's been going back and forth. I couldn't get a video filmed without making y'all sick. Now, the other thing that's been very different here on the Valiant Lady, it's been dinner at night in the evenings. There's no main dining room. It's all a bunch of smaller, more niche restaurants. Last night, I ate at a venue called Razzle Dazzle. It's like a vegan venue, but you can also get meat, and it's basically 50-50 meat and vegetables. I had a lovely dinner. I had fried chicken. I had these bourbon carrots that were delicious, and a rum cake for dessert. It was an extremely, extremely delicious dinner, and I'm looking forward to Italian tonight. I'm heading there in, oh gosh, I'm heading there in less than an hour, so I better hurry up. Let's keep going here. The other thing that was really cool yesterday here on the cruise was this letter that I got in my cabin inviting me to a special solo cruisers meetup that was hosted. It was in the aft of the ship, way up on deck 16, a beautiful view in Miami while we were still in port. Champagne was flowing as much as you wanted, and I gotta say, there were probably about 40 to 50 solo cruisers sailing on this cruise line. It seems like Virgin is very appealing to solo sailors. I was able to meet tons of folks, some folks that watch the channel here, some folks that don't, and were kind of floored that I cruise for a living, but Virgin is doing a great job with solo cruisers, and if that's you, if you're in that camp, well, definitely check them out. They have some solo-only cabins and solo-only rates that will save you a little bit of money, but it's going to be a little smaller, a little bit more cramped experience, but that's cruising in a nutshell as it is. Also, last night, I enjoyed a lovely Christmas-themed pajama party. Check this out. We've got a special holiday, 'tis the season sailings, they're calling these. These are their special things that they're doing just during the holiday cruises, and it was the Ugly Sweater PJ party yesterday to kick everything off. Great time again, back up deck 16 aft, a beautiful venue, tons of people showed up. There was supposed to be a costume contest. Things got a little bit confusing, not sure exactly what went down with that, but I had a great time, stayed out late, making new friends, and wow, I came back and crashed pretty hard. Because during Sail Away, Virgin gives out so much champagne that I believe I had 5 flutes of champagne. Yeah, I was trying to do a live stream, but as soon as the solo party started dumping champagne on me, I knew I was gonna have to postpone the Sail Away live because y'all don't need Captain Corey on champagne here. But those are my very first impressions of Virgin Voyages. The food is extremely premium. I'm loving the food. The cabins are beautiful but non-functional. And embarkation was a breeze. This cruise, I'm giving it a 8 out of 10 so far. It's getting pretty close to a 9 out of 10. We'll see how Italian goes tonight. Have you ever cruised on Virgin Voyages before? And would you consider taking a Virgin cruise after what you just heard? If you made it this far into today's episode, why don't you consider joining the 21,000 other Midships family members by clicking that subscribe button right down there. Slam the thumbs up button. If you wish you were going to dinner with me tonight for some Italian, extra virgin here on Virgin, thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships.